In October 2008, a CIA mission took place, a covert operation that no one was supposed to know about in the remote terrains of Syria. This clandestine strike, orchestrated by CIA's paramilitary officers from the Special Activities Division and the United States Special Operations Command, marked a significant turn in the realm of secret international operations. Their target? A network of foreign fighters poised to join the Iraqi insurgency, challenging the US-led coalition and the Iraqi government. This raid wasn't just about combating insurgency, it was a complex geopolitical chess move, deeply impacting US-Syria relations. However, the Syrian government, infuriated by this violation of its sovereignty, condemned the attack as criminal and terrorist. The raid resulted in 8 casualties, which the Syrian government claimed were civilians. Contrarily, U.S. officials insisted that the fatalities were associated with Abu Ghadia, an al-Qaeda coordinator, making the raid a necessary action against terrorism. The backdrop of this raid traces back to the complexities of the Iraq War. During this period, Syria reportedly became a conduit for foreign fighters entering Iraq. While some U.S. officials criticized Syria for not doing enough to stem this flow, others, including General David H. Petraeus, acknowledged Syria's efforts in curbing these movements. This paradoxical situation was further complicated by claims of local corruption and contradictory narratives about the extent of the Syrian government's involvement. A significant breakthrough came in 2007 with the Sinjar raid, where U.S. forces uncovered documents detailing Syrian smuggling networks for moving foreign fighters into Iraq. These documents, analyzed by the Combating Terrorism Center at the U.S. Military Academy, revealed the involvement of at least 95 Syrian coordinators, many from Bedouin clans and other Syrian tribes, in facilitating the movement of over 500 foreign fighters into Iraq. Remarkably, there was no indication of direct Syrian government involvement in these networks. The Abu Kamal raid itself was strategically planned near the Iraqi border city of Al-Qaim, a main crossing point for fighters, money, and equipment supporting the Iraqi insurgency. CIA identified the location of Abu Ghadia, an al-Qaeda coordinator responsible for much of the smuggling, prompting the raid. 4 American Black Hawk helicopters entered Syrian airspace, deploying soldiers who attacked a building in As-Suqariya, just north of Abu Kamal. The Syrian government claimed 8 civilian deaths, including a family. At the same time, the U.S. maintained that the casualties were militants associated with Abu Ghadia. This raid was not just an operation, it was a controversial statement in the complex theater of Middle Eastern politics and warfare. Following the 2003 U.S.-Iraq invasion, the Iraq-Syria border became a focal point of instability. The region's turmoil was exacerbated by the Syrian civil war, which started in 2011. For a time, the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant controlled most of the border area, though its northernmost portion remained under Kurdish control. There are several official border crossings between Syria and Iraq, with the Al-Qaim border crossing being particularly significant. Located between Abu Kamal in Syria and Al-Qaim in Iraq, this crossing was closed for 8 years due to the Syrian and Iraqi civil wars, reopening on September 30, 2019. As for the Abu Kamal raid itself, Israeli journalist Ronen Bergman reported that Syrian intelligence had cooperated with the U.S. against al-Qaeda. Syria reportedly assured the U.S. it would not intervene in the strike. The Syrians even agreed to the raid through a back channel with the Syrian Air Force Intelligence Directorate. On October 26, 2008, the raid occurred near Abu Kamal, a strategic area near the Iraqi border city of Al-Qaim, considered by the U.S. as a primary crossing point for fighters, money, and equipment supporting the Iraqi insurgency. The Central Intelligence Agency had identified the location of al-Qaeda coordinator Abu Ghadia, suggesting the raid. Abu Ghadia, a name entangled in the web of international espionage and counter-terrorism, played a pivotal role in al-Qaeda in Iraq. Identified by the United States Treasury Department as Badran Turki Hishan al-Mazidi, he was believed to have been born between 1977 and 1979 in Mosul. After graduating from the Damascus University Dentistry School in the 1990s, he joined Al-Qaeda. He delved into the world of militant logistics. Abu Ghadia was a crucial figure, bridging the gap between the battleground in Iraq and the logistical support structures established in Syria. Appointed by Abu Musab al-Zarqawi as the lead Syrian commander for AQI's logistics in 2004, Abu Ghadia's influence grew following Zarqawi's death. He then reported to Zarqawi's successor, Abu Ayyub al-Masri. His operations included providing false passports, safe houses, and financial support to militants, preparing them for their incursion into Iraq. This level of involvement made him a prime target for U.S. forces, culminating in the 2008 raid inside Syrian territory that allegedly led to his death. Following the raid, tensions between the U.S. and Syria escalated. The Syrian government vehemently protested, labeling the raid as terrorist aggression and a violation of their sovereignty. On the other hand, the U.S. defended its actions under the UN Charter, claiming self-defense. They argued that Syria had become a haven for terrorists, using this rationale to justify their military intervention. This operation was more than a mere tactical move. It represented a complex dance of diplomacy and power play. The U.S. maintained that their actions were within their rights, while Syria accused them of breaching international law. This incident became a flashpoint, highlighting the intricate and often volatile nature of international relations in the global war on terror context. The 2008 raid by U.S. helicopters in Abu Kamal was not only the first known raid inside Syria by the U.S., but also a strategic move aimed at disrupting the flow of fighters and resources crucial to the insurgency's sustenance. The selection of Abu Kamal for this operation underscored the strategic importance the U.S. military placed on hindering the logistical support systems underpinning the insurgency in Iraq. The 2008 Abu Kamal raid remains shrouded in mystery and controversy. It's a story of international politics, secret operations, and the blurred lines between right and wrong. This operation wasn't just a moment in history. It was a glimpse into the complex world of international espionage and military strategy. As we look back at this event, we're reminded of the delicate balance of power, the hidden agendas, and the unseen forces that shape our world. Like many covert operations, the Abu Kamal raid leaves us with more questions than answers. It's a reminder that in the world of espionage, the truth is often hidden in the shadows.